It is time for today's American Family News Daily Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff. Israel has now seized control of Gaza's vital Rafah border crossing. This as Israel brushed off warnings from close allies and moved into the southern city. As this happens as ceasefire negotiations with Hamas remained on a knife's edge. Hamas said on Monday that it accepted an Egyptian-Qatari-mediated ceasefire proposal. Israel, however, insisted the deal did not meet its core demands. House GOP leaders held a press conference on Capitol Hill to discuss several issues of concern to the party. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's dissatisfied with what he sees as a double standard between the Department of Justice's handling of both President Biden and Trump mishandling classified documents.
President Trump is being treated completely differently from President Biden. Again, this is something that is just obvious that everybody can see. Biden, of course, willfully retained the disclosed classified material. But because he is, quote, an elderly man with a poor memory, unquote, it was decided the DOJ would not be bringing charges.
The probe there concluded there was insufficient evidence to support criminal charges against President Biden. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona testified before the House Education and Workforce Committee about recent issues with the FAFSA, which is the Federal College Financial Aid Form. He assured lawmakers the issue would be solved by next year's college application cycle.
We take this very seriously, and it's concerning to us that there were delays. And yes, there will be opportunities for not only accountability, but restructuring to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
The FAFSA process tells students how much financial aid they can get for college. It's been marred by delays and glitches. This makes it more difficult for students to decide what college to attend, especially for lower-income students who rely more on the aid. We're told this year's issues have been caused in part by the Department of Education's decision to launch an updated version of the form. Oklahoma Superintendent Rod Walters is sending a message to President Biden and to Education Secretary Miguel Cardona. Walters said the Oklahoma State Department of Education will be the first state department of education to sue the Biden administration. They said in a video posted to X that it was unconstitutional for the administration to overwrite Title IX.
The Biden administration has weaponized the Federal Department of Education to trample girls' sports, to end protections that Title IX provided for women to make sure that girls can use the bathroom in a girls' restroom without boys walking in, without boys walking into girls' showers. The Biden administration is at war with women. They are at war with common sense. Wokeism has rotted their brain and had them push the most radical agenda our states have ever seen. Well, this state will fight back.
Walters said he's proud to be the first state superintendent to sue the administration directly, that girls will be protected in the state, and that, quote, we will not comply with the Biden administration, end quote. Storms are leaving their marks on parts of the U.S. A tornado destroyed homes and toppled trees and power lines when it roared through a small Oklahoma town at the beginning of this week. It's one of several twisters that move through the central U.S. amid a series of powerful storms that forecasters warn could stretch into the early hours of Tuesday morning. The tornado ripped through the 1,000-person town of Barnstall on Monday, which is about a 40-minute drive north of Tulsa. The tornado had ripped off the roof of one house before spitting it back out onto the street. Osage County Sheriff Eddie Verdon told KOTV there were no confirmed fatalities as of 11 p.m. local time. The storms tore through Oklahoma as well as other areas, including Sulphur and Holdenville. They were still recovering from a tornado that killed 4 and left thousands without power late last month. Both the Plains and Midwest have been hammered this spring by tornadoes. The entire week is looking stormy across the U.S. The eastern U.S. and the south are expected to get the brunt of the bad weather through the rest of this week, including in Indianapolis, Memphis, Nashville, St. Louis, and Cincinnati, cities where more than 21 million people live. It should be clear over the weekend, though. Meanwhile, floodwaters in the Houston area began to recede on Monday after days of heavy rain in southeastern Texas left neighborhoods flooded and led to hundreds of high-water rescues. And that'll do it for this American Family News Daily Update. I'm Bronson Woodruff.